Well, all right, y'all. All across the USC, Compton, Watts, Bay to LA, Pomona, California, from valley to valley, we represent that killer Cali. So if you keeping it real on your side of your town, you tune in to Gangster Chronicles. Ew.
Gangster Chronicles, we gon' tell you how it goes.
If I lie, my nose will grow like Pinocchio. We gon' tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. Ew.
Gangster Chronicles, this is not your average show.
You're now tuned into the real MC8, Big James, and Big Steel.
This is strictly from the streets.
Hello.
We represent the J's.
To continue with the theme, because that's what we all about the streets. We got a brother here. Now this brother here, he allegedly sold a whole bunch of dope and different stuff like that. Didn't have no injuries. Went through your whole street career with no injuries, huh?
No. They had a few rooms every now and then, but
yeah, so
not drastic.
So it so happens to where he just be coming out. He happened to be out in LA on some whole other stuff to visit somebody, and he get put in a wheelchair. He get shot, get paralyzed. But he didn't turn bitter. He didn't turn angry. His, weight in the streets is still as heavy as it ever was. You know what I'm saying? This brother right here, and he wrote a book too.
14.
Huh?
14.
14 books?
Yeah.
And showed brothers inside the penitentiary how to read. Let's give it up for the homie Clifford Spud Johnson.
Right. Appreciate it.
Now, Spud, we got a mutual friend, man. You the homegirl, Teslin Figaro, man. You may know her. She's a well-known news analyst and political analyst.
Mm-hmm.
You can see her all the time. Only sister on Fox News. She talked about you all the time, man.
Yeah, we go back to she was a little baby.
Yeah, she said you the one that told her when she was a little girl back there that she needed to take her ass to school.
Yeah, she was close to going the other way. And I said, man, ain't nothing out here with this. You need to get on. And then I see her in a few months in between after that, I see her here and there. She said, I need to go to Dallas. If I don't get out of here, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I hooked her up and set her up down in Dallas, gave her a little something, get right. And I said, you just handle your business. Like I don't want nothing, just go do you. At that time, I was so heavy, and I'm like, either I'm gonna be dead or in jail anyway.
Right.
But I want to know I did something right with it.
Right.
Like, you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. Go on and do you. And I lost contact with her for at least about a decade or so. She got my name through a mutual friend, because she never knew my real, because I was OT. So everybody only knew Spud, they ain't knew nothing else. And she found and got my ass, she wrote me and came and see me like 10 years later when I was in Beaumont. I'd already been down like 11. And she rode with me the rest of the bid. Ride or fly. At that time, she was in Florida, Orlando. And she was flying like once a month from Orlando to come spend the weekend with me. And just telling me all what she was doing. This was really before she was heavy in the politics. She had just really was getting her foot on doing certain things, but she pressed the line something vicious. And then now she with it. Fox News, clowning. They respect her. They really fear her though, for real, because
they do.
No, like her show, Straight Shot, No Chaser. She ain't playing. And I'm like, man, you seasoned enough, but where you get all this from? She's like, huh.
She got me watching politics. She got me watching CNN like
man, let me tell you something. I couldn't stand politics because I felt they all fakers, lies from Obama on down. They gonna give you these promises, especially in the feds. When Obama was running for office, he was promising how the crack law gonna go 100 to 1. It's gonna go 1 to 1. This and that. Then he get in there and his hands is tied and he can't do it. But I didn't know none of that then. I learned all that from her. It's a process for everything. Just because you're a president don't mean, you can just make this happen. So now they gave me a little bit more respect for Obama, and every day she's giving me some type of tidbit or game about the politics. Now, man, I'm looking at it, turning on, like you say, I'm on CNN, I'm on Fox, I'm on all of them just because of her. Because now I understand more. So got to give a shout out to her for that.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Tez.
Definitely. She's been able to school us being coming from our side of the tracks, you know what I'm saying? Trying to live that neighborhood lifestyle, whatever, and then being able to flip over into politics and learning the game that those people come from. She's been able to school a lot of us on the insights of what you probably wasn't knowledgeable about as far as politics is concerned.
I'm telling you, she got me on it.
What I like most, though, really is how she could give you an analogy about anything, but she's showing you how Crips and Bloods and how we getting down on the streets and in the pen is so similar to how the politics get down. Exactly. She break it down like that, you like, damn. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just from the stuff
being able to understand that.
Right.
From the street side.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? She's able to school motherfuckers on, hey, you didn't know that this, and listen, let me break it down to you in street terms. That's what one of her main things is. Let me put it in street terms for you.
So you can understand it.
Exactly.
And then it's just like a button click, like, damn. You know what I mean? She always saying, I'm trying to get 8 to go on the run for mayor.
Yeah, she keeps saying that.
Yeah, man, you know, so Spud, let's go back. So I assume if you was out of town in Oklahoma, you was out there handling your business.
Doing my thing.
You was out there doing your thing. How long was you out there?
92. Till I called my case in 99, 7 years. Good
so
run.
you was down there doing the golden area. That's what stuff was good out of town.
It was a good run.
That was good out of town. And how much time did you wind up doing?
17 and a half years. They give me 17 and a half years. I did 15 years, 11 months. I've been home since 2015.
And so while you was in there, you started a program to where you helped brothers start learning how to read books and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, it came about, you know, when you're in the feds, it's really states. Your states just click it up, and then you got the B's and C's too. So we cool, it's just us. But, so you don't really get outside your circle. It's state, this is Cali, where you Crip and Blood Square, Oakland, whatever, it's Cali. And then when my book first came out, at that time I had dropped my first series with Carl Weber. And the homies, I was getting books shipped in, homies like, let me read you, let me read. And I was giving them to the homies to read. And this one particular homie, he's from Houston. They let him in the car just because he had family in California, so he messed with us. And then I could just tell, it was like, yeah, they can check me out. And he, oh man, this is tight, I'm gonna read it. And it's just like, we be in there watching TV, you can see sometimes, we had little gambling tickets where we bet on sports, and you can see him like squinting. I'm like, nigga, you blind or something? What's wrong with you? He said, oh no, man, my eyes been hurting, this. And I just picked up on something, come in the room, holler at me. I said, you can't read, huh? And he looked at us and said, man, just me and you, ain't it? No, homie, I can't. I said, so how do you function? Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, really, I fake it. And I said, no, homie, we ain't finna do that. Damn. I said, we ain't finna do it every day, homie. Come to the room with me, we finna kill, we gonna chop it up. You gonna read this. You gonna read this book on your own. And told him I shorty, the homie started did it, and he come to me after he read a chapter on his own. I got it. You know, he had to whisper, cause you know, that ego, you gotta keep that front up in there. So after that, I went down to the education. It was like, hey man, I want to teach a class. And they knew, everybody around the yard knew I had books out from prison. I signed my deal or whatever. So then I got that. I got the little class started, and I had like 15, 20 people in the class. I'm like, damn. So in the beginning, I started out just saying, man, look, everything that goes on in here, gonna stay in here, man. We ain't putting it with your homies, the different cars, we gonna keep this in here, man. First of all, if you have a problem in here reading, let's talk about that too. Right. Because I want to set up something where we can start getting people to getting up out of here and having a shot. Instead, they teaching you how to fill out an application. Ain't nobody even filling out paper applications. Everything is online. So, but you got to know how to read. And that's how it started. So I started teaching. It was just basically giving them the format on how to write a book, if you're interested in that. And then / if you don't have problems reading, we're gonna break it down and we're gonna learn how to do it. And it's like 90-day classes, man. I did that all the way my last 3 years till I got out. And every time, man, just to, like I say, the appreciation that they showed me, little pat on the back, man, I love you, homie, I love you. It wasn't just like telling your homie, yeah, I love you, it was just, I love you because you showed me something. And that just stuck with me, you know what I mean? And it was a good feeling, real good feeling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so how many brothers would you estimate that you was able to help learn how to read during the whole time?
Every 90 days, so that's 4 times a year, 3 times, 4 times a year, 3 years. Said about a good 100.
So it's 100 brothers out there that know how to read, man. That's some really, that's
good
incredible stuff.
shit,
That's
And it was from
incredible stuff
homies
right
from, like I say, different states, from Texas, mainly Texas because I was in Beaumont, but I had some Philly dudes, some New York dudes, you know what I mean, some Louisiana cats. Just after each class, after the 90 days is up, they send a sheet to the unit. They put them on the wall, all the class where you sign your name, and that's the trip on the cut of my unit. I go to the bathroom, I look, my whole list is filled. My class is already filled. Y'all got to hold up to the next one.
No
And that-
time off though.
Right, no. 90 days, you wait a week, and then you go back in the next 90 days.
That's
cool.
cold shit, man. So let me ask you this. So you got out, man. How did your incident happen, man? Take us step by step through that whole thing, that whole process.
You know, I got out, and basically I knew by me being me, I love my neighborhood. I'm from Inglewood, Center Park, so I love my neighborhood. And I know the best thing for Spud, though I'm not active no more, I need to stay away because even in prison, I've always tried to keep a pulse on my set on what's going on in my neighborhood. And sometimes keeping a pulse on it can pull you into some bullshit. So I'm like, okay, I got to get off this paper. I got 5 years paper to do. I'm finna stay away, get that done, keep pushing my books, and keep doing my thing. And since I've been home, I've been letting out 2 a year. So I'm like, I'm in Houston. You know, I'm living in Houston, doing my thing, staying away. So one of my young homies said, man, come on out here, man. We have 111 day, our hood day. And they weren't even doing no hood days or none of that shit when I was out. I was like, hood day? He's like, yeah, come on up for the hood day, 111, we going. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna come. Then I told Tessa, no, I ain't going to that shit. She like, later on that day, yeah, I'm going to roll, fuck it. A week later, no, I ain't going to roll. Something telling me not to go, I'm gonna stay. She said, well, don't go. I'm like, but I ain't been to the hood, I'm going to kick with my home, meet my young homies. So I end up going. Not following something that I always told Tessa, follow your first mind. Don't never second guess your first mind. We was in the visit room, I used to tell that all the time. If I would have followed my first mind and not served them niggas them 16 keys, I wouldn't have went to the feds. So I'm following my first mind. So I get out here and we end up having a beautiful day with the cemetery, seeing all our dead, pay our respects, went and got something to eat, went to the bowling alley, had a good time, fun, just good fun. Being, drinking, smoking. Good day on January 11th, my hood day. The next day, I'm so faded from the night before, I'm laid up. Then I said, I'm leaving Sunday, so let me go make a few runs, see some homies. So I'm bouncing around, it's getting on to the evening time, so I need to go on back, go to church with Moms, take her to brunch, and go and hit that plane back up out of here. So I'm headed to Mom's house, I'm on the phone with Tessa. Yeah, I'm on my way to the pad, then my homie called me. Man, January 12th of 18, my girl's mother passed, and she had all my books. He said, man, we out there had cooking some little chicken, grilling. I said, man, I'm tired. I ain't trying to do no drinking. I'm finna go on there. He said, man, you really can do something if you just come see her.
Right.
And just sign her books for her. Can you do that? I'm like, we gonna catch her on the next Friday. Next time I'm too tired. He's like, man, come on, man. I'm like, all right, man, drop me the pen. So I'm talking to Ted, I'm telling him, I don't feel like going to this shit, but I'm gonna go on the swing over. Well, why you ain't going? Why you just going to go? I'm like, man, fuck it. If he don't drop this pen by the time I get to this freeway entrance, I'm gone. As soon as I got by the freeway entrance, he hit me. Turned away, I'm in the turning lane, getting ready to turn on the 110, turned away and went over on 85th and San Pedro. And another thing, when I was growing up and doing my thing on the streets, homies used to like to go to other hoods. I'm like, nigga, I'm not leaving Inglewood. Because at least if something happened, I know where to run.
Right.
I don't know nothing about Compton. I don't know nothing about the east side. Them niggas got beef everywhere. I don't know how to get away over there. I'm staying in my section. So I always stayed away from that. That was another thing that was a trip about it. So I get over there. I'm in the car. I'm looking. It got a long white gate going up 85th. So I'm like, okay, ain't nobody's gonna fly by on no side of me. But if I really pay attention, the front part on San Pedro, the gate don't turn. This is all afterthought, because I focus on that. If I would have turned right and looked left, I would have knew. So I said, okay, figure I go in, hug the homie, meet his girl, sign the books. They making me a plate, right? They making me a plate. Next to somebody ride by. What's up, cuz? Blah, blah, blah. And I feel a pinch. Damn, and I fall. And in my ears, I heard like this weird sound in my ears. So I'm like, damn. So I try to push up.
and don't leave my half. And I like, tell the homie, get me out of here. He done went and ran up and started dumping it, whatever. So I told the homegirls, my homegirl Toto, get me out the way. So she pulls me, and I said, I'm hit. She like, where? I said, it's gotta be in my back and my side because I can't feel my legs. No, say it's just shock. I said, man, I'm paralyzed. Just get me out the way. Give me my phone. Got the phone, called Tess and told her, man, I'm hit. They finna take me to the hospital and put the locator on. Follow me. And she's like, you what? I'm like, man, I'm hit. I had just got the phone, but it wasn't even 10 minutes. So I go through that, and I wake up, when I open my eyes, first person I see is Tessa. So I'm thinking it's a dream. What's happening? She's like, you got shot. I said, well, what you doing here? She said, I wanted to make sure you had somebody here. Would you open your eyes?
Right.
And she was right there by my side.